Biafran youth have taken to the streets to demand release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without any delay, saying that even trying him afresh is against the law because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya. He was not bring in a proper manner to Nigeria. Watch this video, how these boys storm raising Biafra flag in the southeast against all odds of Hopus of Dema, the Charles Soludo, the rest of them, Peter Mba, that could not speak for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Watch this video, share this video. I'm coming back to analyze it.
The placid streets of Enugu burst into intense activity for probably the wrong reasons.
Release our director. We want our freedom.
A small crowd of youths flying what they call the Biafran flag lined the streets to lend their voice to the latest agitations for a separate entity and in defiance to police warnings.
The armies and SACs and police came in that summit road. They shot tear gas at us, but we didn't run. They shot tear gas again and we didn't run. But when they look at it that we are gallant, that we are not afraid, they begin to shoot at us.
So, and what we want to tell the Nigerian government is to release our leader. Because if they don't release our leader, we are telling you by the time we are going to do another mega protest. This one, you will know that this one is just a child's play.
In response to the protesters' allegation that some of them were shot by security operatives, the Enugu State Police Command insists that the demonstrations have so far been peaceful and there's been no violence anywhere.
All of a sudden, someone is seen, coming up, and in their large numbers. So in that case, what we will try to do is to manage the situation so that it does not degenerate into uncontrollable situation, because you might even try to, whatever thing you do might even meet resistance, and in that case you begin to talk about genocide, and we don't want to be identified with that. So we just carefully try to manage the situation and watch out for what we are looking for.
It's most unlikely that any of the protesters experienced the events of the original Biafra, but their agitation for the resurrection of a best forgotten point in history has to be handled delicately but firmly before it gets out of hand. Charles Eruka for Channels Television News.
And to look further into the agitation of the Biafra youths, let's now join Linda Higbe from our Abuja studio. Over to you now, Linda.
Hello and welcome to Abuja. The Nigeria police says it is not finding the actions of the protesters calling for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra funny, as clearly the actions question the unity and sovereign entity of Nigeria. Therefore, under the law, their actions are treasonable. The police warn that there is need for caution in making their unconstitutional demands. Now, joining me on the news at 10 is the Deputy Inspector General of Police for Operations, Mr. Sotonye Wakama. Mr. Wakama, you're welcome to the news at 10.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you just watched the last report. What do you think of the seeming intransigence of the pro-Biafra protesters?
Well, let's start by getting something right. This is a democracy. Any person, any group of persons can protest or agitate for whatever it is they want, with the caveat that they do so within the law. The problem that we're having with this particular protest is that some actions of the protesters are not within the law. Some of them are carrying cudgels, they're acting in a riotous manner, they're blocking highways, carrying a Biafran flag and things like that. And these things are threatening to other persons. So if they behave in a calm, reasonable and rational manner, nobody will protest about it. We won't have any issue about it. But as it is, they are breaking the law.
But back to the reason for the protest, the police, you're saying that it's treasonable. Now, do you think the people are aware of this?
Well, first of all, whether it is treasonable or not, we'll leave that to the courts to decide. It's not for us to rule one way or the other. But if they don't know what they're doing, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So.
Now, the Inspector General of Police on Friday issued a warning on this ongoing mass protest. But clearly, It is being defied by the protesters. So what do we expect next from the police?
Well, as you have said, a warning has been given, and everybody knows about that warning, has heard of it. We have so far tried to manage this matter such that it doesn't cause too much inconvenience, let's put it that way, to people. But if it continues, and if it continues outside the ambits of the law, then the police will take the necessary action that the law dictates.
By necessary action, what do we mean?
You will arrest and prosecute people.
Okay, now, one of the demands of these young men is that their leaders are being held in by security operatives. Do you have any of their leaders in your custody?
Not to my knowledge, but we are aware that maybe by one of the other security services.
Not the Nigeria Police Force?
No.
Now, what if they refuse to heed to the warnings of the Inspector General? You know, what are your options?
Well, our options are dictated by law. It's very simple. If you are breaking the law, then it's the duty of law enforcement, not just the police, other law enforcement agencies too, to apprehend.
Of course, you have watched the video. This is what we are saying, that no matter the atrocity you say Nnamdi Kanu have committed, are not what the Boko Haram are doing in the north. As we speak to you today now, it's no longer a news that Boko Haram now are not toiling with Nigeria soldiers, with our security members. And that's why you can see now many Nigeria youth now, they feel reluctant. They don't want to join Nigeria army because nobody want to die before his time. Yes, it has now been saying now that the government is using Nigerian soldiers as a trade by barter with Boko Haram. Because you cannot tell me it has not been worse to this extent, where Boko Haram will now do video of how they are murdering our gallant soldiers. Go to their military base, destroy things, pack things. It has never worse. Even in 2014, when the same president was bullying Jonathan, that he should resign if he don't have solution to the problem. Today is his turn. They are killing people. Is to even talk is a problem. All he do is to walk from one country to another. That's what he do. That is all he do. Look at what these people are doing to our military men. Today, instead of him to talk, at least they say action is louder than voice. Action is louder than voice. Take actions. Let's see. Let people feel. Somebody will call a country a zoo. You people say, oh, his father is a zoo. Even calling Nigeria a zoo is a misuse of priority, because I don't think if it is now Nnamdi Kanu will call Nigeria a zoo. A zoo is far better to qualify. A zoo, when a lion show up, every other animal, they respect themselves. No matter how big you are, whether you are hippopotamus, you are tiger, you are whatever you call yourself. No matter how small that lion is the king of the jungle. Why is it that we have a president in a country that these people now they terrorize, but all the security people keep telling Nigerians they are foreigners, our border is porous, our this, they are invading, they are bringing. What is this story you want to be hearing? You are using taxpayers' money to invest in these people, spend money on them, for crying out loud. We don't deserve. Do you know how many people have been killed in Benue, in Plateau, in different regions, even in the southwest, in the middle, in the southeast? That's why we are saying it is not a matter of fight. This country is beyond one man. It's beyond these things. Let everybody go on their own separate way, for crying out loud. The number of people they are buying now is alarming. If this is how they keep people, most of you that are leaders today will not even be alive, because most of them, by virtue of one or two things, you people, they might buy you people. Why all this? Today, the same government who use, we will restructure the country when we take over power from PDP. Today, now, this is almost going to 12 years they have been there. They are not taking anything about it. Restructure, let them be state policy. Do everything for where they want to be at the top. They want to carry the whole power, even where they don't have the strength. It's only to sit down there and remove the governor of a state and put their ally there. How is it benefiting the masses? In your country, you cannot even travel by road again. Maybe distance from traveling from Lagos to Abuja on road. You cannot even dare it. Because if you dare it before you get to where you are going, spraying all throughout the night, all throughout the day. But how long are we going to continue all these things? The way forward is, since the structure is not working, divide this country, let everybody go. That is the simple solutions.
Biafra Evangelist, thank you for joining me this afternoon. Viewers, depending on wherever you are, whether in the morning, whether in the afternoon, please, if this is your first time, subscribe to this channel on your notifications. Biafra Evangelist, joy to Biafrans all over the world, in US, everywhere. Everything is working together for good for Biafran. Nnamdi Kanu
those who love the law.
Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is coming out in the month of May. What do you have to say to this joyful news?
O nwere ihe o mere nje nye ya ekele ayaya. O nwere ihe o mere nje nye ya ekele. O nwere ọrụ ọrụrụ nje nye ya otuto. O nwere ọrụ ọrụrụ nje nye ya. Asị m nye ya ekele, ọ bụ onye obiọma. O nwere ihe o mere nje nye ya ekele. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, the great leader, the prophet of our time, the leader, the Moses of our generation. And I remember I almost said that Biafran evangelist. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. He said that he's coming out soon. And coming out is not just coming out, it's coming out to shame and to disgrace those Fulani leaders in Igbo land who claim to be the governors and the Igbo leader in person of Rupus Odiojo, Soludo, Pitamba, and Wifuru. Those ones that don't want him, and stupid Wike, the FCT minister, that don't want him to come out.
Is Wike among those who are
Wike is among the people who finance it, who sponsor it, and shame the Oba families who never wanted him, who sponsored the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Let me tell you, and let me tell you clearly, the handwriting is already on the wall, and it is written all over everywhere. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has conquered Nigeria, as he said. He said, I will bury. I am the one. He said, the suffering of my people will end in me, and I will be the one to end Nigeria. And that is what is happening. Same to Nigeria.
The Biafra evangelist, everything is working together for good for Biafra.
For Biafrans now, because we stand on the truth and we are the light.
In US right now, USB constitution has been approved by Donald Trump. This is the rejoice that in US, Dr. Rabweze and his people in US now they are
Rabweze is doing the job that others could not do. What others fail is what she is doing. What others fail is what she has done. What others could not do is what she has finalized. You know, these other ones, what they plotted was to destabilize what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has labored for, what Simon Ekpan has suffered for. Because they are agents of darkness. They are partnering with Nigeria. You know, Nigeria, the meaning of Nigeria means darkness. And the meaning of Biafra means light. We are the light of the African, the Biafra. We are the light of the people in the South. We are the light in the West Africa. We are the light in the North Africa. We are the light in the East Africa. And we are the light of the South Africa. We are the light. The only country whereby people like Donald Trump will be eager to visit. Have you ever seen somebody look at Rory of Burkina Faso? Look at that young man. Do you know what he said? He said that he would like to have Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as soon as he is released. That is a man who knows that he has somebody. That person like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a person of his like mindset. Because the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom of all. I'm telling you now that the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom of all. Not just only the Igbos, not just the Biafra, but Africa as a whole. Because the light that is in that young man
Nobody carries it, not even Donald Trump. And that is why somebody like Donald Trump is embracing the grace. See, let me tell you, I want to talk about grace. There are people that carry grace. It's not by science. It's not by education. God give it to them. It doesn't, not because they merit it, not that. It was a free gift from the Lord. God gave it to them. And whosoever that have encounter with them encounters special things. So Donald Trump has seen the light, the grace that is in that young man. He decided to embrace it. Donald Trump saw the light that will shine in Biafra. He himself want to embrace it. Who know like better thing? If now you the same protein, Russia, that bomb Biafra is now celebrating Nnamdi Kanu, embracing Biafra. The same British that don't want Biafra to stand are the ones that are washing their hands now that they cannot do anything in the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Only carry mad or carry Richia.
Biafra Evangelist, let's go to Finland, where Samuel Ekpan is battling it with the government of Finland. As I speak to you now, the Prime Minister of Finland now is like, he has betrayed Samuel Ekpan. The Nigerian government has used Samuel Ekpan as a trade provider with Finland. And the Finland citizens, and they are not even happy with the man.
Of course. How do you expect them to be happy? A man that have given all to the country, a man that have given his life and served all his life to the country. Do you know what it means to control battalion? To be a commander in the military? This is a man you turn back and you turn him down, you disrespect him, you disregard him, and you do not value his humanitarian interest nor right in your country. See, when you don't know, you don't like somebody, why did you welcome him as a citizen? When you know that you cannot protect this person or you don't like this person, why do you allow him to become your citizen? Why do you approve him as a citizen?
Everything went wrong for Samuel Ekpan. The very day Kachim Shettima meet the Prime Minister in UK. And even after that, Samuel Ekpan said he trusts his president, that his president cannot compromise. But it's as if we don't know what Shettima and Nigeria government.
The president has compromised because he's a human. You know, I said it earlier that the only thing that can make Finland not to succumb, you know, with what Nigeria want to use to buy them over is integrity, discipline, and policy. Out of which Alexander Stubb has proven to me that he doesn't have integrity. He is not a disciplined person, and he doesn't have a word of. He's not a man enough. That is what he has proven to me, and that is what he has proven to the USD. For taking the side of Nigeria, he shows that he's incompetent. He's an immobile person. It's not reliable and it's not trustworthy. It's not somebody we should have confidence in. Just like a former Kenyan president.
Biafra Evangelist, do you think that the Biafrans will take this Finland Prime Minister to ICT to go and report to ICT?
Excuse me, Simon Ekpan, once as soon as the man said now the Kanu case is done and dusted, from now to May, everything will be settled. And of which I want to tell you this. You can call it a prophecy, and I don't care. Let me tell you, the court cannot free Nnamdi Kanu. The freedom of Nnamdi Kanu will not come through courts. But it will come as a result of negotiation at the backyard. You will hear say they remove it, they release him. It will not come through court. And I am telling you again that the case of Samuel Ekpan will be after Nnamdi Kanu case is settled. They no born and well again to keep that young man. Because he's a man who committed no crime. Why should you detain him? Why are you disturbing his life? If you know that you cannot grant him safety, why did you give him the car, the passport, the guarantee and what it takes to be a citizen in your country, even to the point of handling the military position in your country for so many years, and now belonging to the same political party, of which on the platform that today you are standing as a governor, as a prime minister, the president of a nation. You understand? So, but I'm happy that the party members, the people are now standing up. They are rising now against the prime minister, protesting, campaigning for the, freedom, total freedom of Simon
So,
Ekpa.
Biafra evangelist in 30 seconds as we go. What is the expectation? What is the mood of Southeast right now? Hearing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is coming out very soon.
The mood, the excitement is much, because we know it that at the end of the day, by the time it comes out, like I said before, freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom of all.
Thank you so much. Freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the
Freedom of all.
Thank you. We look forward to having you next time again.
Biafra evangelist.